Oh yeah, we about to get off into these sundown towns, man.
Now, I already told you people. First one's free. Then what I say? I said I will shut that shit down. No exceptions. Now, I don't know what kind of lying assholes you've been dealing with. But I'm a man of my word. First impressions are important. I need you to know me. So, back to it.
Yeah, so sundown towns. We already know what sundown towns are. We already know what they are, but we're gonna talk about it anyway, right? So let's get into it. Literally, hundreds of American towns, many of them in the north, passed ordinances prohibiting blacks from living in them. Let's stop right there. I think I should say that a little bit slower. Hundreds of American towns passed ordinances prohibiting blacks from living in them. So, we get a few white people who want to talk about how we choose to live where we live when we were put here. Okay, we were forced into these living conditions that we live in. Okay, and none of you really know the struggle, the way that we struggle. See, you depend on the testimony of your so-called black friends, but they didn't even have to struggle either. And if they struggled, it wasn't a struggle that was really just more so understood. They had a mindset that told them that one day I'm gonna get out of the hood. Not everyone has that mindset, and a lot of the people who choose to stay in these slums that you would like to call them, they choose to stay in these slums because it's all that they know. Where does that come from? That comes from the identity that was taken from us. See, when you train a tiger or a lion to live in a cage, is going to be used to that cage, and when you try to put it in its rightful environment, it wouldn't know how to adapt and would probably be ready to come back to the cage. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you pass ordinances prohibiting us from living in your towns or from being in those towns after sundown. Okay. Let's see. They came to be known as sundown towns, and some of them actually had bells or horns that would signal when blacks were to vacate. Man, did they do the Indians like this? Did the Indians have a bell that told them when the hell to get out of their town? Did immigrants have a bell that told them when to get out of town? I'll wait for that answer in the comments as well. The largest builder of these segregated towns in the post-World War II era was William Levitt, who built 4 massive towns and forbade the very presence of any person other than the members of the Caucasian race. And this is a quote. Okay, these are in quotations. That means he said this with his mouth. Okay, young black families that was able to, the hell is this word? Okay, I didn't hit a brick wall, so I'm about to see what this word is. See, I keep it real. If I don't know something, I don't know it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all getting this firsthand. Okay. This is real. This is really raw and uncut. Just bear with me. Hopefully you hear this. I'm finna
surreptitious.
One more time.
Surreptitious.
Surreptitiously. Okay. One young black family that was able to surreptitiously purchase a home. As a matter of fact, let's see what that word means. Okay, let's see what that word means. I mean, surreptitious means kept secret, especially because it would not be approved of. Okay, so that means they had to do it on the down low. That now here we have, of course, they had to purchase these homes from a white person. So here we have good white people being shown here. These are the so-called quote-unquote good white people. Or, I take that back. These are the, let's say, questionable good white people. Let's put it like that. Because how do we know that they didn't sell these black people a house and then tipped off the Klan to come and kill the family? We don't know that. Okay? It could be possible. But yeah. One black family that was able to surreptitiously purchase a home in Levittown, this is William Levitt's, one of his towns that he built, was subjected to a months long terror campaign to drive them out. Whites burned crosses, smashed windows, and persecuted the blacks round the clock. Okay, builders like Levitt worked with discriminatory realtors and banks to ensure only whites could invest in prime real estate. Okay, and that's the exact same thing that's going on now. Come down here to Shreveport, man, and you actually see how many white people that actually live in our areas. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the white people that live around us are the white people who are have special needs. These are some white people who just, lived in these areas and didn't want to go anywhere. We do have some good white people here. Some white people I went to school with, not Bird. Okay, not C.E. Bird High School. No. And that school, everybody was suspiciously racist. Okay. If you ask me, especially when Gina 6 happened. But that's another story for another time. But a lot of the white people who live down here, that live amongst the black people are not really those white people that you see in the commercials. Those white people that you see in the commercials stay off in ritzy areas or areas that's leading to ritzy areas. They aren't that far away from us. I mean, we could reach them, we could touch them, but you have those who are they have some gated community, literally gated communities, and nothing but white people live in them. Okay, and Louisiana, in case you didn't know, is a Republican state. Okay, so we have to deal with a lot of conservative ideologies down here. Unless we have a mayor who's Democratic. You see what I'm saying? Now that's the only time we can actually get a little breathing room somewhat, but that's another story for another time. But I'm painting the picture to let you guys know what it's like down here. I said in one video about statistics in the description box. Please read my description boxes. I always put extra info in my description boxes. But in the description box under the throwback with D.L. Hughley, D.L. Hughley pointed out that statistics, they could be doctored. Okay, and I have seen, certain statistics that were concerning the same subject, but were completely different from each other. And that was one that I think I brought up in that description box as well, talking about what is the leading cause of death. Is it cancer or is it heart disease? Every year they say that one is the leading cause and the other one is the leading cause. You know what I'm saying? And they say this in the same year. Okay? But I said that to say many of us, we have to do our own statistic making. Okay? We have to get to know our cities, learn our cities, and you know what I'm saying, just, you know, organize to create groups that can do the work of the, what do they call them, like the census bureau. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go all out and just go door to door and you know, interview people. I mean, if you want to be that if you want to be that zealous, then you go ahead and you do that. But you know, it's nothing to just look around and see your city. You know, it's not being judgmental. You know what I'm saying? You go to the fair. You see that more of the white people come during the morning time. All of the thugs, the gangsters, and everybody that they want to call hoodlums, thugs, and you know, welfare whores. You know what I'm saying? All of us come out at night. Okay? But we have to make our own statistics. We have to make our own charts, our own data that we could go back to, so that when we're debating these people, we're not talking about what's on a worldwide epidemic. We're talking about everything that is local, everything that's going on within our state. Okay, not everybody has the finances to move to a better area, and who's to say that if you move to a better area, you still won't receive the discriminatory, racist rhetoric coming from the white person. But you know, today more than 3/4 of white families own a home, and 46% of them had help from their families in making down payments. Okay, and that's the end of that chapter of this part. But what I want to say concerning this part, you know, is something that we talk about, have talked about in this book, was inherited wealth. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. No, I can't find it. But a lot of white people inherit their wealth. We don't inherit wealth. We have to work 9 to 5s and hope that we catch a break within us paying bills to actually put back and save some money. We're not able to do that all the time. Okay, but you know, with that being said, you know, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I'm just sitting up here trying to think if there was anything else in this book that I could share. But you know,
you still there? I don't know. It seems like you're trying to speak, but you just took a hell of a hit. I just popped your skull so hard, your eyeball just popped out. And it is gross as shit. God, I'll find you. Oh, hell. God did say it. No exceptions.
Yep, and I forgot to let you guys know what the next chapter was going to be. I probably just start doing this all the time. Citizenship and immigration for whites only. Ooh, okay. So this is really to address my my white fellow debaters who say that their ancestors were immigrants who came to this country later. And really, that book really talks about, immigrants a lot. And there's nothing that you could tell me concerning immigration that can change my mind the way that I feel about white people. And the question is, should all white people pay for what just 1% of slave owners did to blacks?